Namaste Gurukulians. So have you gone through the last video which we have covered in our chapter separation of substances, right? Alright, part 1 we have done for this chapter, in which we have covered up various topics regarding the separation of solids from solids. We have discussed about hand picking, sieving, threshing and winnowing. I hope you all have gone through that video and just try to understand what the separation methods were, right? In our last video, there were 2 topics which were left and which I asked you to cover up in the next video. So today I, Mamta Singh, your science teacher, is here to present you that topic which was remaining in the last video, that is the 2 more methods with this chapter, separation of substances, and those were separation of insoluble solids from liquids. This topic we have to cover up today, and the next is separation of soluble solids from liquids. These 2 topics which we will cover up today, right? So before moving to the various methods for which we use for this separation, the 3 methods under this category and the 2 methods, if you remember, under this category, I gave you a brief introduction last time that the 3 methods we will discuss from this and 2 methods from this category. But before proceeding to all those methods, let me explain you the term insoluble and soluble, right? You are here, just be familiar with these 2 terms first so that we can have a better understanding of the topics which we are going to discuss next, right? Insoluble. See, insoluble means all the substances that do not dissolve in a liquid, right? So, the substances that do not dissolve are called insoluble, okay? And the substances which can dissolve completely, which can dissolve in a liquid, are called soluble substances, right? So next is, if you say, ma'am, the substances that do not dissolve in liquid, what are the examples for these insoluble substances? Examples are sand and chalk. Sand and chalk. For example, here I am having sand and this chalk powder. Will they get dissolved in water? No, they will not dissolve in water, and they will just remain, or they will settle down in the mixture, right? So these are insoluble substances, right? So insoluble substances are sand and chalk. And can you give me some examples of soluble solids which you must have observed in your kitchen as well, that your mama is using it on everyday basis? The soluble liquids, example, soluble solids, example, sugar and salt, right? These 2 substances, for example, this sugar I am having here, this dissolve in water, right? So this is soluble solid, right? And which do not dissolve, they are called insoluble solids, right? So the next is, what are those methods for the separation of which we can use separation of insoluble solids from liquids? For this, what are the methods which we can use? What are those methods? Do you remember? The last time we discussed sedimentation, decantation, filtration, right? We will discuss it right now, but last time I had just given you a brief introduction that those are sedimentation, decantation and filtration, right? So we will discuss all these methods one by one: sedimentation, decantation and filtration. So sedimentation. Firstly, before discussing this sedimentation, let me give you a definition what sedimentation means. Let me write it clearly here so that you can see it clearly about all these definitions. Sedimentation. Firstly, let me explain you sedimentation. Actually, sedimentation is the process in which heavier insoluble solid process in which heavier insoluble solid settles down in a mixture. Settles down in a mixture, right? For example, the sand, okay? I'm having in this beaker sand with me and I'm just putting some water inside. Now I use this glass rod just to move it, to dissolve it, right? I am trying to dissolve this sand in this water. Is it getting dissolved? You may say, yes ma'am, it's getting dissolved. Okay. But what will I do? I'll just keep it for some time. Okay. And let's see what will happen after keeping it for some time. Now you may observe slowly, this sand is just settling down. The sand is just settling down in this mixture. Why? Because this sand is heavier solid, right? So it is settling down in water. The impurity which is settling down is called as sediment. Okay, you can see water is there above and below the sediments are settling down. That means this separation is just going on its own because of the sand property that it is heavier than water. As it is heavier than water, it is settling down in this mixture, and if it is settling down, we will call it sediment. Okay, clear? So what is the sedimentation process? Again, let me explain. What is the sedimentation process in which heavier insoluble why? Because sand is not getting dissolved. So this insoluble solid settles down in a mixture. This process of separation is called as sedimentation. Now when we will separate it, we will call it the process decantation. Decantation. Decantation means the process of pouring out the liquid without disturbing sediments. Without disturbing sediments. That means what? That means without disturbing sediments, without disturbing this sand, it will be more clear. This water will be more clear. It will take more time. If we will keep it for some more time, okay, without disturbing, then this water will be more clear. And if we are pouring out in some another container without disturbing the sediments, then this process, this pouring out the liquid in another container, this process actually called as decantation, right? So what do you mean by decantation? Decantation means the process in which liquid is pouring out in some another container, right? So we have separated what? We have separated liquid, we have separated sand, right? So this is separation process. We have separated the two substances by the use of pouring out in another container, right? So this is decantation. Decantation means to empty, to put the water, to put the liquid in another container so that the insoluble impurity is left behind and can be separated out, right? So this process is decantation. Again, decantation is the process of pouring out the liquid without disturbing the sediments, right? So this is called as decantation. So that means after sedimentation, what occurs? After sedimentation, decantation occurs so that we can pour out, we can separate out the liquid and the solid impurity, right? Insoluble solid impurity. Next is which process? Next we will talk about filtration. Next process is filtration. So what is filtration? Filtration means the process used for separation itself. Okay, already I have made it clear that these are all the separation processes. So filtration is the process in which two substances are separated by passing the mixture onto the filter paper. By passing the mixture onto the filter paper. Right? What does it mean? This means, for example, we are having this filter paper. Okay, this is filter paper. We just fold it in a semicircle, then one more time we will fold it, and this part we will keep it above this funnel. This is, students, this is what? Funnel. Okay, so above this funnel I have kept the filter paper over there. Okay, and below this filter paper, what will I do? I'll keep some empty beaker in it. What will I do? I'll keep some empty beaker or some glass under it. Okay, for example this. I'm just keeping it here. And what will I do? I'm having some solution, right? Some blue dye is mixed in water, so some mixture is there. Okay, I'll pass this mixture above this filter paper, right? In this manner. In this manner, I'll pass it out. And you will see what will happen after some time. As you can see, this water is getting poured out into this beaker, okay, left over here into this glass, and the water which is coming out through this filter paper is very much clear. It's not blue in color. It's very much clear because this filter paper passes the clear liquid and just keeping the impurity on itself, right? So what happens? Filtration is the process in which two substances are separated. What two substances? One is solid, this blue dye which are dissolved in water, and the clear liquid. These two substances are separated. How? By passing the mixture. What mixture? We were having the mixture of water and the blue dye, and I have passed this mixture onto the filter paper. As you can see in this activity, I have poured the whole mixture And what is happening? The clear liquid, you can see this clear liquid is coming out, and I'll show you what is there onto the filter paper, right? So I am showing you what is happening actually. It will just take a few minutes, and after this, okay, let me show you what is there. See, you can see this water is much clear than the blue mixture, right? So this clear water has been observed by you, which is there with the help of filter paper. Actually, what the filter paper has done, filter paper has passed the clear liquid and has kept behind the solid impurity with it. I'll show you once how it is done. As you can see, in this filter paper, when I open all the folded sides, you can see the blue dye, right? This blue dye is there onto the filter paper. Why? Why it is there onto the filter paper? Why it has not come along with water? Because the size of this insoluble solid was larger than the holes of this filter paper, right? But water particles were much less in size than the holes of this filter paper. That is the reason water was able to get pass out, but dye was not able. So dye is here, which we call residue. We call it residue because the solid left behind onto the filter paper is called as what? Residue. And the clear liquid which has been taken in another container is called as filtrate. This is called as filtrate. So the liquid left is called as filtrate. The solid left onto the filter paper is called as residue, right? So my dear students, this is about residue and filtrate. Residue and filtrate. What is residue? Insoluble solid left behind, right? And what is filtrate? Liquid left off. Liquid left in the container is called as filtrate. Okay? So this is all about the filtration process. Clear, my students? So all these three processes are used for separation, sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Filtration, the process in which what we are using? We are using the filter paper for separation. Residue is left behind. Filtrate has been taken in another container. So this is all about these three processes which we use to separate insoluble solids from liquids. Clear, my dear students? Let's move to the next process, that is separation of soluble solids from liquids. Okay? So let me erase it. The separation of soluble solids from liquids. I have explained you soluble, meaning of soluble. The solids that are dissolved in liquid is known as soluble. You know what happens when a soluble solid dissolves in a liquid? What they form? They form solutions. They form solutions. You must have read in your previous classes. A solution is formed when substance which is added in liquid to get dissolved, right? Or you can say that solid substance which dissolves in a liquid is known as solute, right? So next, solvent. What is a solvent? The liquid in which solute is added. That part is known as solvent. Clear? So we are having two parts of a solution, solute and solvent. For example, if I mix, here it is sugar with me. If I mix water to it, some sugar and water, so this mixture is known as solution. This mixture will be known as solution. Why? Because the sugar which is solid, we call it solute. The part which we are adding in water to get dissolved, we will call it solute. This solute is just dissolving in what? Solvent, right? So this solute plus solvent, when they both will mix, when they both will dissolve each other, then they will call as solution. This solution is getting prepared, right? So this mixture will be called as a solution. Next is, what is solubility? What is solubility? So solubility means how much sugar or how much solute can be added in a solvent. That part is known as solubility. Solubility means the ability of the solute to get dissolved in a solvent is known as the solubility of that substance. Now let me ask you, if I have given a cup of water and I am asking you to add 2 cups of sugar to add in this 1 cup of water, can you do it? No, this cannot be done because there is some limit up to which you can add sugar into the water. Beyond that limit, you cannot add. So that limit, that ability, that point is called as saturated point. That is called as saturated point. Suppose students, if I am preparing some solution, I am keeping on adding the sugar inside it, okay, and that point has reached above which I cannot add more sugar to it. What will I do? I'll try to heat, because during heating, while heating, the solubility increases and more sugar can be added. But once the point will come that more sugar cannot be added, so then that solution will be called as saturated solution. Clear? So students, solubility means ability of substance to dissolve, right? And I am telling you that with the increase in temperature, solubility increases. Solubility increases means the ability to get dissolved increases. So more sugar can be added when the temperature has been increased. But beyond some limit, what comes? Saturated point, and we call it as a saturated solution. We will call it as a saturated solution. So what is a saturated solution? A solution in which no more solute can be added. The limit has crossed. We cannot add more sugar, more solute into the water or some liquid, right? So next are 2 processes which are left for separation of soluble solids from liquids. They were evaporation and condensation, right? evaporation and condensation. Evaporation means the process in which liquid changes into its gaseous form. Right? You must have heard about these two processes in your lower classes as well. Evaporation and condensation. Evaporation takes place only on heating. Right? And condensation takes place only on cooling. These two processes are reverse of each other. That means during evaporation, liquid changes into its gaseous form, and during condensation, gas can be changed into liquid back. But this happens on cooling and this happens on heating. If you must be saying, ma'am, then for what separation we can use evaporation? Students, you all must have salt in your kitchen, right? Do you know how this salt is obtained? This salt is actually obtained by evaporation process. How that evaporation is done? Let me explain you. Suppose some sea water is there, okay? And in some shallow pits, I have collected sea water, okay? Some sun is there during daytime for heating. This sun changes the sea water into gaseous form, means into vapors. So what will happen? Water will change into steam. Water will change into steam. But can the salt be changed into steam? No, because salt is a solid. So salt will remain behind and water will change into steam, will evaporate. So that salt which is here remaining can be obtained by which process? By evaporation process, right? So evaporation process is used for what? For getting water, for getting salt from the sea water, because sea water is salty, you know. Okay. Last process is condensation, which is used for changing gas into liquid. Then for what separation this condensation process is used? This condensation process is used for changing, or you can say for obtaining pure water from the gaseous state, means from the vapors. From vapors you can change into pure water. How this can be done? For example, you are boiling the water in some kettle, okay? Water will evaporate, it will change into steam. Then when the steam is coming out, on touching that steam to a cold plate or cold surface, again those vapors will be converted back into the water, liquid form. So this is how you can obtain pure water, okay, from the vapors from the sea water, right? From the sea water, salt will be left behind, and the water which is there evaporated in the form of vapors, on touching it to a cold surface, those vapors will be changed back into the water. But now the water will not be salty, it is pure water. So that means by the condensation process you can obtain pure water from salty water, but in case of evaporation you can obtain salt from the sea water. So for what evaporation is done? To obtain salt from sea water. And for what condensation is done? To obtain pure water from sea water. Right? So this is how the evaporation and condensation processes are used to separate the two substances which were soluble in water. Right? So this is all about the separation of substances, the methods which were left over. So we have today completed the chapter. Now you do one thing, just go through the video, If something is not clear, take the help of your parents, watch the video again and again, and if any query is there, just ask me on the WhatsApp group. Remove your queries, remove your doubts, and the matter available in the PDF, just write it in your notebooks, all the question answers which are available over there. Okay, so keep enjoying, keep doing all the experiments with the material that is available at your home. Okay, thank you very much.